Hello and welcome to The Conversation, a brand new show on the Hope TV network. We're glad you're joining us. We're going to talk about a lot of things that men think about, but we don't always discuss. From politics, religion, relationships, you name it, we're going to be talking about it. My name is Ron Clemens. I'm joined by three good friends of mine. First up, the voice known as Greg Kirkland. How are you doing, sir?
What's happening? I'm great, Ron. Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be here to be a part of the conversation. I'm a little nervous because you never know what might come out when men sit around and start talking.
Yes, sir.
But I'm excited.
Yes, sir.
Very true.
Yes,
Very
sir.
true.
Yes, sir.
DeMarcus Smith, welcome.
What's going on, everybody, man? I'm excited, man. I'm up here with great black men of influence, man. I'm here to learn some stuff, here to say some crazy off-the-wall stuff. But, man, this is the conversation, man. This is what we do. I hope y'all ready.
All right.
I hope y'all ready.
All right. And bringing up the rear, Jeff Fauntleroy.
Yes, sir. You know I'm the shy guy of the crew, so I'm going to do my best to bring my best. Indeed.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's let the audience get to know us a little bit better. Let's start off, favorite movie of all time, Greg Kirkland.
Wow. You know, that's a hard question because I am a movie buff. I watch all kinds of movies. They range from, they could start from The Color Purple to Coming to America to Harlem Nights. You know, stuff that the Saints might not think that I should be watching, but I'm gonna watch it because that's what I like.
I don't blame you. Jeff Fauntleroy, what about you?
Man, it's a tie between Brown Sugar and Love Jones.
Yes, sir.
Neil Long. But let me tell you something. It was Neil Long's friend that brought it up for me,
Yes,
Doc.
sir.
Yes,
Watch
sir.
out, Doc.
Woo!
How about her?
Boy, she had something in that voice, man. It was special. And, of course, Sanaa Lathan.
Yes, sir.
Anything that she does
Yes, sir.
is good for me.
Yes, sir. I just watched Brown Sugar the other night.
Man, come on. I'm talking about that's a classic.
It'll bless you.
If you black
DeMarcus-
and ain't seen that, it's a problem.
DeMarcus Smith.
I am a big Denzel Washington, Will Smith fan. Yes, sir. So you can catch me watching anything from Malcolm X to the Book of Eli, American Gangster. Denzel, man,
Yes, sir.
He a beast with it,
Yeah,
man. He
he's
know
a
how to
beast.
draw you in. So anything that they in, I'm glued.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
yeah,
Yes,
you're
sir.
right.
I'm going to have to stick with Morgan Freeman, The Shawshank Redemption.
Come on, Doc.
Oh, that's a
Shawshank
movie, Doc.
Redemption.
You went
Yes,
deep.
sir.
Yeah,
I watch that one every time.
Best
Yeah.
movie of all time.
You went
Best
heavy
movie of all
there. You
time.
went heavy.
Yes,
All
deep.
right,
I got something to admit to you. I've never seen Shawshank.
Oh, 10 points from your cool card, brother.
Yeah,
I've never
you're
seen
sadly lacking. All right. A favorite singer of all time.
Same thing, man. It's hard for me. I honestly, I can't answer that question. As a musician, as a music lover, as a singer myself, I just can't. There's no way I can pinpoint one particular person that I would say is my favorite. I just love singers.
Gotcha. That makes sense for you. DeMarcus?
I can't sing, so I was raised old school to the heart. So I can go anywhere from Gap Band to Big Luther, not Little Luther.
With an F?
With an F.
Okay.
And to, man. Teddy P.
All right.
I mean, I'm just old school to the heart.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Pastor Jeff?
Man, I'm going to go with Luther. Big Luther.
Big Luther.
Matter of fact, Big Jericho Luther.
Yeah.
And
My
Teddy
God.
P.
Teddy P.
Yes, sir. Close the door.
Those are
Turn
all
'em off.
good, but I've got to go with the voice. Patti LaBelle.
Yes, sir.
Patti LaBelle.
Yes, sir.
Favorite
We'll
of
do
all
that.
time. Favorite of all time. All right. Now that we get that out the way, let's start the conversation.
Yes, sir.
Are you ready? Okay.
Let's go, Doc.
Let's talk about politics for a little bit. President Joe Biden.
Oh, Lord.
He's been in office now for 9 months. He's 9 months into his presidency. President Trump is gone. What kind of job is he doing? Let me give you some statistics. 2017, a gallon of gas was $2.41 a gallon.
Right.
Now it's about $3.10. Crime rate was down in 2017 about 0.2%. Violent crime is up 3.2% now. You have what's going on at the border with the Haitians. So there's a lot of talk about Joe Biden. Is he competent? Is he really in control, or are his aides running things? Let's talk about it. Joe Biden. Greg?
And not to take the conversation too far left, but to me, when I think about Joe Biden, I actually think about the mayor of our great city of Atlanta, Keisha Lance Bottoms. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I say that is because Keisha came in on fire, but encountered and a plethora of setbacks and obstacles and issues. And with that, you know, it would seem to the average person that she didn't do a great job or she's not doing a great job, when in all actuality, she is just trying to deal with the seemingly insurmountable obstacles. So I feel like what Joe Biden is facing right now is the odds that are against him. You know, now he's got 3 more years to show something. You know, and that'll tell everything.
Gotcha. Jeff Fauntleroy?
I think he's doing a good job. First of all, what I believe he did was he brought integrity back to the institution of the presidency. He brought integrity. He brought professionalism back to the White House. And one thing about Joe Biden is this is a guy who has been part of the Washington establishment for many years. So now you got an outsider who came in with his own agenda, and I don't even know what that agenda was except divide, hatred, and everything else. So now you got Joe Biden coming back in there. He's the new coach of the team, but he's been part of the team for years. So he's the one who I believe can put it back together. He gave us integrity on the whole world front. We were laughing stock all across the world.
Absolutely.
Now everybody understands Joe Biden. Now what he is doing is trying to put the pieces together. I don't think we can blame a lot of the stuff that's happening right now on him. I believe that it's peaking at this moment, but he has the right mix to put everybody back together.
Love that.
But let me ask you this. He has been a part of the establishment for so long. Is that part of the problem that he's a career politician?
Well, right in the wrong position. He was part of the White House establishment, but not in the right position. Now he's in the lead position, and all of that experience that he has taken, you know, it's like, for instance, you take a Pastor Smith and put him in a storefront church. Man, that storefront church is going to thrive instantly because he knows everything that it takes to make that thing work. Joe Biden now is in the head seat. So he knows what it takes to thrive. He can put all those pieces together, all that experience together, and make it work. I got confidence in him. Run, Uncle Joe.
Okay. DeMarcus Smith?
I mean, I would have to agree with both gentlemen, man. The integrity that's come back to that seat has been phenomenal. I believe, for me as a millennial, the first year is always hard for any president because of all the things that they're working against. They've got to, what you find in their first year is undoing a lot of the stuff from the last presidency, trying to make up for all the, or uphold all the promises that they promised all the different people. Sure. But I truly believe that the whole United States has felt the tension decrease.
Absolutely.
Because it was like walking on eggshells every day as a black male, as a black father, as a minority period in the U.S., man. It was so much tension that was created, so much chaos. Now it's like everything is a little bit more at ease.
Right.
With any presidency, though, I believe that he does have to uphold a lot of those promises that he promised the people that voted him into office to. Sure. Now, I believe we put a lot of pressure on them because we want it right now across the board. And that's a hot seat to sit in. But overall, man, the first year, I think, is just them getting in, trying to reestablish. And I believe he's reestablished a lot of, like you said, integrity, order. He's shifted us back from being laughing stocks across the world to now being respected again in a lot of arenas. And so I believe the second, third, fourth term, but years that he's in, that's where we're really going to start seeing more and more of what he's promised, what he can do. Sure. And hopefully a lot of those things shift.
And then look at the COVID vaccinations. I mean, we were slipping on that. People didn't know. President Trump was talking about the Drano stuff and the drain cleaner and the going outside and putting the sun into your mouth. Come on, man. But so Joe Biden got these vaccinations out instantly. UPS trucks rolling out with vaccinations. So now the world is becoming more vaccinated. We're getting these numbers down. I think recently we just spiked to what they say is the highest, and now we're on the decrease. So, man, again, run, Uncle Joe, run.
I will give you that, and I think that you're right that he has brought a level of professionalism back to it. But I don't disagree with everything that Donald Trump did. I disagree with his methods and a lot of his rhetoric. but there are some great things that Donald Trump did to help us. I mean,
Name
you think
'em.
about the economy. Again, we talk about gas prices when he was in office. Gas prices were down.
He inherited it.
That's
True.
debatable.
True.
That's
but,
next.
but he's also,
That's next.
one thing that you can't take from him was he's a great businessman.
Absolutely.
But the United States is more than just the business pieces. Now, he catered to that audience.
Yeah, but he was business for the big man.
For sure. He catered to that audience, but we lost so much, and we start going backwards when you talked about racial conversations
Absolutely.
and morals
And
and
that's
values.
economy.
And
Who
that's
loses
economy,
on
and we
that?
lost a lot of things. So, I mean, I can see your point, but it's real hard to root for somebody.
Now, again, I do believe that every president,
Bro,
you go back to President Obama,
Careful.
everything that President Obama did was not great for
Absolutely.
us.
Don't you
Absolutely.
talk about my
So
Obama.
again, everything that, and I think a lot of things that
Obama's
President
still
Trump
my
did
president.
got masked by his rhetoric and the racial divide. So I will give you that he created a apparently very divisive country.
Sure.
The riots and the Capitol Hill riots, that mob situation. So those things
That
I think
cost America
yes,
millions.
I
Still
agree.
waiting for all y'all to
But
get
I think
arrested.
if you look at to DeMarcus's point, his business acumen. And again, there are some questions. He has, of course, some failed businesses. But again, he was not born a billionaire.
All of them.
He did some things, I think, that for the country. Protecting our border, I don't disagree with that. I disagree with the methods that he used. And
Sure.
when you have children in cages and things like that, I think that's the wrong way to do it. But I cannot disagree with him wanting to protect our borders. But I think it gets lost because of some of the rhetoric that
Well,
he
see,
used.
you talk about protect the borders, but my thing is, I think it was Martin Luther King said to somebody, he said, man, I keep seeing you pulling these people out of the water. Every time you go down, you save somebody from drowning. Sooner or later, you're going to have to find out why they're falling into the water.
Yeah.
So, you're protecting the borders, but are you dealing with the countries that are causing this problem? And that's the thing. He never dealt with the country. So, to me, he was a superficial kind of president.
Yeah.
He didn't go deep enough to figure out what the problem
Well, he
was.
couldn't.
And stop that problem for them to run. Why are they coming from Mexico? Why are they coming from Guatemala? Why are they coming from Venezuela? No, Trump was about lining his own pockets.
Absolutely.
That's the economy that he
Well, let me
was
throw
for.
this out. Next election, he's probably going to run again. He's probably going to be on the Republican ticket.
won't have my
And
vote.
as it stands right now, he would probably win
No.
the Republican ticket.
I think he lost a lot of. I think he lost some people now.
I would have to agree with you, sir.
I agree that he
I
will,
would have
but he
to agree
lost
with
some
you.
folks
I
now.
hate to agree with you, but I would have to
That
agree with
party
you.
is so fractured right now, you could win the Republican Party.
Nah.
It's fractured.
Nah.
It's fractured. They can't get themselves together.
I-
You still got people talking about they didn't win. He didn't. I mean, he won.
Nobody thought Trump would win in the first place.
Right.
Nobody in a million years. When we went to bed the night of the election, nobody thought that they were going to wake up the next morning and Donald Trump was going to be the president of the United States of America. Nobody thought that.
But I believe the only reason, not the only reason, but even with him winning, that was the first time America saw something completely different than somebody born into politics or somebody that did it their entire life. He was like the outlier that just came in like, I'm about to do this, that. And he caused a lot of confrontation and chaos even during his campaign.
He did.
And
He
so
did.
to see him win and then to see what occurred.
Right, but to that point, to see him win, just that point alone, to see him win said something.
A lot had to happen for him
see
to
him
win.
win.
Yeah,
said
well,
something.
let's not take the racial component out of it either. Racial component was they didn't want to see anybody who was tied to Barack Obama.
Well, that
And
was true.
They said, I would rather vote. And then you had the whole thing about, I don't want a woman. I don't want this. I don't want that. And then some people that look like us said, I don't want it. I can't have a woman over me. You had my age group and over, and I can't have a woman lead me. I can't do this. You had churches that said I can't have a woman lead me.
Oh, now
A woman's
you-
not supposed to lead.
now you
and
going
so
down a
now
different conversation.
they didn't vote for Donald Trump. They
Yeah.
voted
Against
against
it.
a woman.
Yeah.
Well, but even still, my point to Ron's point is that there is an undercurrent. Even if you look at the fact that yes, Joe Biden did win the presidency, but it was close.
It was.
Yeah, it
Well,
was.
that
It was close.
I think
And
that was the
so-
main thing.
And so there's an undercurrent of people that show up at the last minute and tell you something about where this nation still is. And that's the part that we underestimate.
I think
that's
it
the
went
part that
so
we don't
far,
think about.
Greg. I think it went so far to the other side that people are like, this is bad. This is wrong.
I'm gonna make one more statement. I'm gonna say this.
Final thought on this.
Final
Through
thought,
you, Greg.
and this is the scary part. I just came from D.C. and the driver of my vehicle made a statement that was so profound. He said, in D.C. they have a saying, and the saying that they have in D.C. is, right wing or left wing is still the same bird.
Wow.
All right.
So the question is, whoever ends up in the office,
That's right. And we could talk about this all day long, but we've got to move. We started the conversation. Now let's debate. Okay, let's debate.
what was we already doing?
I thought we were debating.
We were just talking.
Oh, we were just
now
talking.
we're going to debate.
Okay.
All right.
God help.
All right. Well, bring it on.
Are you
Bring
ready
it
for
on.
this topic?
Let's
Yes,
go.
sir.
Okay.
Let's
We keep hearing about how women, especially women of color,
Hold
are
on.
finding it very hard to find a mate,
Oh,
a
I'm in
suitable
trouble.
mate.
Oh,
Okay.
God.
I've got some stats for you.
Oh, I'm in trouble.
15% of black men marry outside of their race.
I'm in trouble.
In 2019, only 30% of the black women in this country were married. 56% never married. So, what's going on? Is there a man shortage? Where are the brothers? Where are the men? Let's talk about it.
Hey, first of all, I want to ask this question.
Okay. Okay, Jeff.
I know I'm in trouble.
I've already asked the question. You're supposed to answer.
Listen. Okay, so I'm gonna ask the question: Do these women really know what they want? And then, how much are they willing to sacrifice?
Well, I'm glad you asked that.
Okay. Wait a minute. Let me. So, how much are they willing to sacrifice? And did they actually have a good model of what it is that they're looking for?
Okay. Well, we have an anonymous female panel that gives us feedback. And we asked them that question. And a couple of things that they said were that men want to play around, but some men don't want to commit. They don't want to commit. That was the big one. And one of the other ones was that there are too many options for the men out here. So men don't have to necessarily choose because of the ratio. They can they can play the game. Let's talk about it.
Hey, men will commit to what is committable.
Be careful.
Hey,
Men will commit.
Be careful.
Listen now, men will commit. Come on, we have
Email
all
him.
committed to some
Email
stuff.
him.
Wait a minute. You know, we have
Email
all
him.
committed to some stuff.
Yeah.
That later on down the pike, we said, man, daggone, man, I'm really committed to this.
Yeah.
Because it was something
Come on, preacher.
that they did that made us say, at the end of the day,
well-
I'm coming home.
Well,
why,
okay, so I would have to agree. I think that one issue, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, one issue that we run into as a culture with our beautiful black sisters is, and you brought up the point of having, like they love to say that men, a lot of black men grew up without fathers, so they didn't have a role model to teach them how to be a father, how to be a man, right? Well, I think that in essence, also a lot of black women grew up, they had daddy issues, or they had father, they didn't have the absence of a father
correct.
figure, or things of that sort, right? And so what happens is that in our culture, I think that African American women have been raised now to be self-sufficient, self-reliant, to be, independent women, to be go-getters, to do what they have to do for themselves, right? And so what happens is that in our culture, from what I have been able to see, is that a lot of our sisters have this mentality of, I don't need a man.
Yeah.
Okay.
They have the mentality of, I don't need a man. And that shows. So you gave a statistic of the amount of black men that marry outside of their race. And in my opinion, I believe that a great deal of that is because other cultures and other races teach their women to rely on the man.
Gotcha.
They teach their women to rely on the man to be the protector, the provider, the breadwinner, and things of that sort. So other cultures teach their women to be a bit more submissive, reliant, and things of that sort. So a lot of African American men go outside of the race because they are able to find that woman that can let the guard down and let the man lead and let the man be.
Wait a minute. Wait, what's the younger point of view, Doc?
I'm sitting here learning to listen. Okay. I agree with Brother Greg, man. Like, I believe that the traditional view of women has shifted. I believe women have been powerful. They've been intelligent, self-sufficient. I mean, but today you see more and more of them in powerful seats, right? And not to say that they couldn't be in those seats. It was just traditional mindsets and mentalities would not allow them to be there.
Right.
And so I believe their standards have risen for some women. Now, I won't say all, but to the point where if I'm a CEO of a Fortune 500, which we see black females in those seats, right? Then from a male standpoint, I believe some women say you either have to match me because of where I am, or you have to be able to give me something that I don't already have.
Well, there it is.
Right.
Okay.
So, and that's just the thought process that I have. So you can't give me money if I already have the finances.
Right.
And I make those finances.
Right.
What can you give me beyond it? Whether that's conversation, whether that's time, whether that's love, the things that I don't have. Right.
And see, with that, I would have to go on to say that the flip side of my thought process is that a man should always be a man.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Absolutely.
And let me throw this out there. So Essence asked some matchmakers, asked the men, why they don't approach women. And here's some of the answers that men gave. Women of color.
Okay.
They don't seem as fun.
Mama.
They sometimes appear that they don't want to be bothered.
My God.
Okay. They don't offer enough support, meaning if a man's going through something, that support system is not there. They need to be more sexually inhibited. Okay.
This
last one was
this poll was in Maine.
And women want what they want.
For sure.
Women want what they want. If you want a baller, you're not satisfied unless you have a baller.
Yep.
So that's why some men
See,
won't
you know
approach
what the problem is? That's social media. Social media has devastated y'all, man, in this aspect. You know, it has to get to the point. First of all, those single women, that's why their heating bill is so doggone high in the winter, because they come home powerful and by themselves. Okay, but
y'all email him. Email him.
Let me say this.
Email.
You know what? There's got to be some equaling of, I mean, you got a CEO. Okay, cool. She's got money. But at the end of the day, doesn't she just want some support?
For sure.
And if a blue-collar guy who's out here putting pipes in housing projects and he's making a couple dollars, he got a good pension, he got a good medical plan, and he's coming home and he's making sure that sister is good, got something in on the pot, going to help them when she's working all these hours. Hey, man, that equals out.
But Jeff, to your to that point, brings me back to the last point I made. Because in my opinion, what seems to happen a lot of times is that it's not always the woman that can't be submissive to a man. It's that the man, he can't bring himself, or lots of men feel like they have to level up. Yeah. So the man doesn't know how to be a man enough to say. My thing is this, you know, Dr. Smith oftentimes makes a statement of, you know, it's hard for some men to deal with a woman that makes more money. In my house, I'm a musician. I'm a full-time working musician. Thankfully, I'm blessed to be able to lead worship in churches, which gives me a level of stability. And then outside of that, everything that I do as an entrepreneur is gravy. At certain points in my life, all I had was my musicianship, my entrepreneurship as an artist. So there are ebbs and flows. One year might be good, the next year might not be good, you know. And thankfully, I married a woman who has stability, you know, is a corporate America, things of that sort. So my thing to her is, you get a raise, okay, I'm not intimidated by that. Can you please get all the channels that Xfinity has to offer so that I can watch what I want to watch? Because if you get a raise, we get a raise.
Right.
You know,
For
sure.
And
So you work that out.
Work that out.
You work that out.
But a lot of men don't know how to be a man, and what I mean by that is, you know, you might encounter a woman that might make more than you, might be, you know, in a higher class than you financially or socially, whatever. But guess what? I make enough to at least go to the grocery store. Let me buy the groceries.
And that's what it is.
Let me take you to the movies.
It's
let
a
me
trust.
be a man.
It's give and take.
Let me open the door for you.
You
Let
got
me
this,
provide
but I
security
got
for you.
this.
Absolutely.
And we're going to work this out.
Absolutely.
No matter how much
Man
you have, no matter
has
how
to
much
be
I have.
A man has to be a man, and I feel like a female, regardless of what her status is, can respect if a man comes to the table and is a man.
Doing his best.
And I agree with that.
Doing
It just
his
all
best.
depends on how you coming into that relationship or what you're looking for at that point. Because even though we're talking to the point of that female question, you brought up a great point of intimidation by most of these men out here. Most men can't handle a powerful woman or a woman who has it all together because of how they possibly were raised to be a man, right? Exactly. So like for me, growing up, I was raised by my grandfather. Traditional mindset.
Absolutely.
Right? You wake up early, you go to work, you bring the finances back. And my grandmother, from a traditional mindset, home mom, take care of the kids, etc. That's not the case today.
No, not at all.
And so depending upon how you were raised as a male, you have a point of view of this is how I'm supposed to be. And it's hard to shift that point of view if you got a powerful woman that walks in like, I can take care of all this. I just need you to do X, Y, and Z.
And just be the man.
So there's a mentoring
Fauntleroy,
situation that needs to
last
happen.
point. You wrap it up,
There's a
Fauntleroy.
mentoring thing that is a
Absolutely.
void.
On both sides.
Older brothers have to take on these younger brothers and help them along the way.
Absolutely.
Help them with those who have been married for years and say, brother, this is what I've done. This is what I've gone through. So there has to be a mentorship in our community so that we can help these young men out and help these young sisters out.
Absolutely.
So there's got to be some mentorship.
And there has to be both. I know you said the final point, but it has to work both ways because I think that some of these older women need to do a conference too to teach some of those
and just talk.
Understanders. Just talk about the things that are important to a man. Because to that point, if I could offer one thing, it would be that men love a woman's natural self.
Yes, sir.
Men love. Listen, you can wear your eyelashes, ladies, and your hair can be down your back, and you can restore and change and enhance all you want to, and wear a face full of makeup. A man loves a woman who, when she gets out of the swimming pool, we're not surprised by what she look like when she come up out the water. We like a woman's natural self. I saw someone on Instagram the other day. I know where to go. But look,
email Greg Kirkland.
Listen, I saw someone on Instagram the other day, Ron. Listen, the meme said this: y'all women out here doing all these things, enhancing all this stuff, putting on all this stuff. Grandma came out the room in a house coat.
House coat, yes, sir.
And made 14 children.
Yes, sir.
So grandma got granddaddy
Yes, sir.
with a house coat.
Ain't nothing like
and
a
rollers and
good pink house coat, brother.
I wholeheartedly disagree with
Button
all
down
that.
the front.
I love you,
Yes,
Granny,
sir.
but I wouldn't date your granny.
With a little,
I love you, baby.
With a little flour on it.
I will wrap
From frying that
I'll wrap
chicken.
this up with a joke I heard Louis Farrakhan say the other day.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Man went on his honeymoon, and on his honeymoon night,
Yes,
in his bedroom,
Yes, sir.
and his new wife took off her wig, put it in the drawer. Took out her teeth, put them in the drawer.
Oh, Lord.
Took off her legs, put them in the drawer.
Oh, Lord.
And the man stood there looking at her, and the woman said, "What's wrong?" He said, well, "I don't know whether to get in the bed or in the drawer."
That sound like that scene from I'm Gonna Get You,
That's
Sucker.
Ron Clemens.
Email Ron.
Email Ron
Listen,
Clemens.
we have had a great time today. I appreciate you guys. I'm looking forward to a great show today. We appreciate you all joining us for the first conversation.
Wow.
Look, stay tuned for more of these shows that are coming your way. We've got to go now, but if you want to know more, follow us on Instagram, and you'll see more that's happening after the show. We'll continue some of these conversations,
Oh, God.
and you'll find out some more about what we think. So until the next time, thank you for joining us. You don't want to miss the next one, and be part of the conversation.